Alright guys, so I was just talking to you about how I use my detector to tell me where to dig, and that's the power of this VLF. This is a pretty old machine. You can pick them up on eBay for 300 bucks or so. Very powerful though machine. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is this reading over here. Follow black sand. So what I do is I just pay attention to this number, and that will tell you how rich of black sand you're in. And you want to use like a relative, so just scan around everywhere. And for today, with my settings, I found some patches that were 45 to 55. That's pretty high for considering everything else is in the low 20s, and in between. So I follow this, and it really leads me to flood gold very effectively. And it saved my life, to be honest with you. And the other thing about this machine is you can use this grab function when you're around these hot rocks, and it goes a long way to silence it. So VLFs are known for being very noisy around these big hot rocks. Even these big huge ones are hot rocks. But this machine took that into account, and you can just hold this down and pump up and down on the hot rocks, and it will silence it. I'm not going to take video of all that because it's a pain in the ass, because I don't have a way to hold this phone correctly. The machine's pretty light though, so anyway. And the other settings, here's my settings for today. I'm using manual, a gain of 5. There's my audio, because it's pretty loud around here with the water. And I'm using factory settings for the SIT. And just over here, audio boost is off. I don't even mess with the manual ground balance, just use the grab button. Now over here is the weakest point of the machine, because it's very vulnerable to be getting broken, but it's kind of neat. In the forward setting, it has a bonk sound for iron. In the pull setting, it'll analyze it for iron and tell you on the screen. In the middle, it's off. It's just all signals sound the same. And in front, it's got the iron on to tell you with a bonk instead of a zip. Very powerful. So I do use this. I like to analyze and hold it down a lot, and it silences a lot of the iron around my pay streaks. And I'm looking for that zip when I'm holding this down. I'm always looking for the zip, but sometimes you can get rid of a lot of the noise using what I just told you about the grab method, and then using this hold the trigger, analyze. And then on the screen it'll show you with the bar graph what it thinks it is. It's literally analyzing it, probability of iron. And anything less than really 75 to 80, that's going to be something other than iron. Sometimes it's still iron, but anyway, pretty powerful machine for being as old as it is. I want to buy a couple more of them just to have them as backups. And it's got like a medium-sized coil with a nice tip, so you can get into tight spaces but still get some good depth. Two Toes did a cone analysis of the way it detects, and it's got an edge detecting on it. Very good machine if you're cheap, low budget. So okay, that's 4 minutes talking about this detector and how I use the black sands function. But they made a big deal out of it when they sold this online about this black sands function, and I can tell you decades later it does work. It does work. So maybe that engineer I saw who designed this will see this. I love this machine except for the trigger. It just needs to be a switch it's not vulnerable to getting broken. So anyways, very powerful machine for a VLF. I think it would work in Australia even with all this ways that they put on here to silence the hot rocks. You could take it to anywhere, I think, if you get to know the machine. And there's videos out there on the fine details of what people have learned with it. And the more of those videos you watch, the better you get with this machine. So anyway, they're not paying me, so that's the end.